So, welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for a Sunday. Sunday freaking fun day. Let's do it. This is your instant reaction to the Buckeye victory yesterday, 35-7 over the Iowa Hawkeyes. Uh, Slow going. Just a broad overview about broads. No, just slow going in the first half. Seemed like we should have been up like 28-0. It was only 7-0. A couple of turnovers there. Bad pick by Will Howard behind the receiver again. He had a couple balls that were behind the receiver, but some of them worked out. And then the fumble, you can't have that from Jeremiah. He knows that, so something to work on for sure. And as the opponents ramp up here, these mistakes are gonna cost you more and more. So again, like next week, you got to be mistake free going into Eugene, Oregon. So anyway, starting off with the offense, let's get into it here. Will Howard, 21 of 25. He had a streak of 10 in a row to start off the game again. This guy's numbers are insane. 84% completion percentage. He's just getting better and better week after week. And you saw them use his feet a lot more. He had 10 carries in this game for 28 yards. Not a big numbers in the stat sheet, but did have a 12-yarder and was picked up some first downs, scampered into the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. So all in all, four TDs, the one pick, a good day, 209 through the air. And as a team, this was a really, really balanced attack. 209 passing, 203 rushing. It's almost perfect, 50-50. And this is going against a good defense. Nobody's going to say that this is Alabama or Georgia classic defense, from a few years ago. But this Iowa defense does stop the run, which they kind of didn't against us. We gave them a wide variety of attacks, different areas, kind of a different attack from the running game. Quinshawn had 13 carries, 78 yards, just a long of 21. He had carries like 5, 7, 0, 5, and then boom, the 21-yarder, then boom, a 13-yarder, then 7, 4, 4, 3, 1, 6, 2. So that's what Iowa does. They don't give up the big plays typically. And then Trey was 11 of 61, but all of his carries were under 20 yards. 4, 12, 2, 5, 4, 11, 10, 2, 6, 4, 1. So neither Trey nor Quinshawn got in the end zone. Will Howard had the only rushing touchdown. But Will Howard was 7, 2, 1, 12, 5, 5, 4 for the touchdown, -4 in 1. So that I think they counted that a rush, the sack that he took there from -4. So again, all around, just kind of domination by this offense. There were some plays where the O-line was 10 yards downfield, still blocking guys. Like the whole O-line was downfield. Jeremiah had a one end around for 14. James Peoples came in, 3 carries, 12 yards. And Devin Brown came in, had a scramble for a first down, 1 for 10. So all in all, great offensive performance. We'll get to the defense here in a second, but did want to highlight Emeka. He was obviously, in the last couple of weeks, really, he's been the star of the show. He's been the guy they're targeting, literally. 10 targets, 9 catches, just 71 yards. But again, it's just like the running backs. 5 yards, 7 yards, 14 yards for a touchdown, 12, 4, 2, 9, 15, and 3. The last 2 were for touchdowns. So Emeka, he's making the plays when his number's called. So 3 touchdowns. Jeremiah Smith, 4 catches on 5 targets, 89 yards, the 1 touchdown where he just mossed that dude and then kept him at a distance at an arm's length and then just shoved him when he was done scoring his touchdown. That was awesome. Then the big 50-yard, was that a 50-yarder that he got? He had 23, 53, 4, and 9 in his receptions. So, yeah, the fumble obviously is an issue, but something to clean up. Especially you got to be aware when a linebacker's coming at you. He's coming to get that ball and he's going to light you up. But anyway, um, Brandon Innes coming in with 3 catches on 4 targets. Love it. More of that, please. 29 yards total. He had a long of 21, converted a fourth down there. That was key. What was that one? That one was for 21, right? Yeah, it was a 4th and 2. They ran a little play action, and Innes was all alone in the secondary. Who else here? Oh, Trey had 2 catches for 2 yards. Will Kazmarek chipping in a little bit for the tight end room. 1 catch, 12 yards. Bryson Rogers got the start in place of Carnell Tate, 1 for 8. And Quinshawn 1 for -2. So third downs, we were much better this week, 7 of 11. Excellent job. 1 of 2 on fourth. They got it. That one fourth down that I think it was Will Howard tried to the keeper there. They need to work on that play. That was horrific. So average yards per play 6.3. We'll take that. Average yards per completion 10 yards per completion, 5.1 yards per rush. So 5 of 5 in the red zone. Got to have that. And points off turnovers, scored 3 times off of turnovers. 4 sacks. Let's look at the defense here. Oh, I wanted to touch on big plays here. Where are they at? Yeah. Drive. No. Big plays. Yeah. So really, just 4 passing plays of over 15 yards and 8 run plays over 10 yards. So not a huge big play kind of day, but they took advantage. And I was looking at these each quarter and these yardage numbers. Iowa put up 51 yards in that first quarter, and we're like, they were what, 3 of 4 on third downs. Like, can we please get off the field? This same thing seems to happen every week in the first quarter. A team mounts a drive to start the game, and the Buckeyes cannot stop them on third down. And then fortunately they didn't punch it in, but we had 88 yards in that first quarter. Second quarter, 39 for Iowa, 111 for the Buckeyes. Third quarter, 55 for Iowa, 155 for the Buckeyes. And then fourth quarter, 81 for Iowa, 58 for the Buckeyes. Most of that fourth quarter was garbage. Look, if it's the fourth quarter, we got our second and third teamers in there, and you want to keep your ones in there so your guy Caleb can get a touchdown in Ohio Stadium, go right ahead, I guess. But it looks Bush League. Ferentz, I'm talking to you. Kirk. Okay. So Caleb Johnson gets his touchdown in the fourth quarter. Doesn't really count in my book. I think that was Bush League. So anyways, but the Buckeye defense comes out in the second half, just really shuts things down. Again, that touchdown is not that's off the board to me. What they have here, 13 carries. Yeah, they hit 100 yards for the second half. Total for Iowa, 110 passing, 116 rushing. 5 of 12 on third downs. We really cut them down in that second half. Really cut back on the third downs. So a great defensive effort. Once again, everybody got in, chipped in. Tons of accolades to go around here. You got Sonny Styles. Hey, Sonny Styles playing with some emotion, getting a little chippy there at the end of the half. Love it. Keep it coming, dude. You actually play better with some emotion. But Sonny had 7 tackles, 2 TFLs. Cody, 6 tackles, had a pass breakup. Ty Hamilton, huge day. A sack, a TFL, forced fumble, and IGB, a few tackles. Caleb Downs, another big game for him. He has been activated. Two TFLs. He had a hurry, QB pressure. Jack Sawyer. Jack Sawyer led the day, really, in my opinion, for the Buckeye defense. He had five pressures alone, all by himself, two sacks, uh, two hits on the quarterback, a hurry, forced fumble. Jack was everywhere, doing everything. This is the Jack Sawyer we've been waiting for. He's really continued since the bowl game last year and continued that momentum. And this year has just been dominant, man. You got JT showing up. Hey, people have been wondering, what's up with JT? Three pressures, one sack, got a hit on the quarterback. Um, let's see what else. Ty Hamilton, two pressures on the quarterback, one sack. Jermaine Matthews even getting in there and getting a sack. Love it from the young buck. So yeah, a total of five sacks for the Buckeyes, and 16 pressures on the quarterback. So getting it done all around. Again, we talked about it on Friday in my five keys. Bring everybody down in the box. Force Cade McNamara to throw the ball because he physically freaking can't. And looking at the secondary here, Sonny Styles was targeted five times. He allowed four catches, but just for 19 yards. There's still some areas to improve there in coverage, I believe. Caleb Downs, three targets, allowed three catches, like also just 19 yards. Obviously, nobody allowed a touchdown pass. Davison Igbinosun, one reception on three targets and got the pick. Thought he was going to house that one. That was awesome. Denzel Burke, three targets, two catches, 14 yards. So yeah, they tried to go after the safeties and the tight ends. They just don't have the weapons. They don't have the horses to get out there and do any damage. So if you shut down the run, which the Buckeyes did, then things go poorly for an Iowa team. As far as the rest of the defense goes, really the drives were nothing impressive here for Iowa. 6 for 16, 6 plays, 16 yards to start the game. Then a 10-play, 42-yard drive. That was a field goal attempt that they missed. Then a 3 plays, 9 yards punt, 6 plays, 23 yards punt, 3 plays, 2 yards punt, then the half, then 1 play fumble, then 7 plays, 51 yards INT, then 2 plays, 2 yards and a fumble. Then their one touchdown drive was their second to last drive of the game, 5 plays, 75 yards, aided by a couple of those long runs by Caleb Johnson. And then to finish the game, they went 3 and out, 3 yards punt. The Buckeye drive chart. Again, I talked about this on Friday. This was one of my five keys. We needed to be patient and have some sustained drives. That's what they did right out of the gates. Very first drive, the Buckeyes got the ball from an Iowa punt. They went 14 plays, 88 yards, touchdown. That is what I was talking about. Time of possession on that drive alone was 7 minutes, 36 seconds. That's what we wanted to see. There's going to be moments in other games where you're going to need to sustain a drive, take it 90 yards or 88 in this case, and put together 14 plays without making mistakes, and consistently moving the chains, staying ahead of the chains and stuff. So, again, there were no big plays in that first drive. 14 plays, 88 yards, touchdown. Then the Buckeyes went 6 plays, 26 yards, turned it over on the fourth down. Then 2 plays, 44 yards on the fumble by Jeremiah. Then 8 plays, 39 yards, punt. 2 plays, 2 yards, then the INT by Will. Then another long drive here coming out of the first drive in the third quarter. 9 plays, they got the ball first. 9 plays, 86 yards. Look at that. 2 drives of over 85 yards in the game. First drive of the game, first drive of the second half. Then 3 plays, 19 yards. That was off the Iowa fumble. That's a touchdown. Then 6 plays, 40 yards. That was off the INT. That was a touchdown. Then off another Iowa fumble, 7 plays, 27 yards, touchdown. Then we had a 3 play, 9 yard punt, and then ball game. So, um, excellent defensive effort. Again, going back to the yardage allowed, 226 total yards allowed with that rushing attack is awesome. And I will get into I'll do the offense grades on Monday, defense grades on Tuesday. But I can tell you right now, I was looking at those Iowa offensive lineman grades, and it's not pretty, especially, well, both the pass and the run. I mean, you don't get how many pressures did I say here? Uh, 1 second. How many pressures? 16 pressures without the O line being in trouble. So, um, yeah, easy win. Should have been more in the first half. Um, but 35-7, we'll take it going away. Cover City. We love it. And yeah, that's not much else. I mean, Caleb Johnson ended up with 15 carries, 86 yards, 5.7. So yeah, nobody else really did anything. McNamara was McNamara, who we expected him to be. We knew Luke Lachey was going to lead the team in receptions, 5 catches for 39 yards. So yeah, not a big surprise. So we're on to Oregon. But anyways, hope you join me, Jeff and Sean tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all live. And we'll get you ready for an early Oregon preview, and we'll recap some of this crazy week in college football. So I got for you today. Hopefully see you tonight or talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.